All right, I mapped out Montgomery County, Virginia, the county one over from where I grew up. And I focused on who has power in my community. And kind of the first example that popped into my head was, um, as you know, Virginia Tech is located in Montgomery County. And my dad is a professor there. And the only students, or the only kids who live in Giles County that can go to school in Montgomery County, which is a very wealthy county, are students whose parents work at the university. And so, because of that, my family inherently has power. And I was able to get into a better school system that had a lot more resources, and I had access to a lot um, more classes and more AP classes. And just in general, my school buildings were a lot nicer. And then, more broadly about Virginia Tech and their power over Montgomery County, um, Virginia Tech pretty much controls Blacksburg and Montgomery counties' economy. Blacksburg is not a town with the university, it's a university with a town. And so, meaning like uh, Virginia Tech has a power plant that they own that powers about 5,000 people who live in Blacksburg. So they don't get to choose, they don't get to elect officials who could change that to solar or natural gas, something that's mildly more renewable. Um, and so Virginia Tech really has a really large say over the economy in Blacksburg and Montgomery County. Another way that happens is because of the student workforce. Most businesses and chains in Montgomery County are run by students who just need money. Um, and then another example of power in Montgomery County is Mountain Valley Pipeline, the pipeline that's coming through and using eminent domain to buy land from folks in the community. And the most difficult thing for me with this assignment was narrowing down what to talk about in terms of power, because for me, the more I look into power systems, the more complicated and messy and complex they become. And so just trying to narrow down like what are the more broad things there that we can dissect. Um, and something that's super interesting to me about it is really just the power that the university has. Um, like I said, it's not a town with a university, it's a university with a town. Um, Blacksburg would be nothing, Christiansburg would be nothing unless it were for Virginia Tech. Um, and so I know that there's a lot more that I can and should know about that power dynamic. Um, but I think that because of my connection to the university through my dad, I know a little bit about it. And so that's why I kind of chose to talk on that. Something I don't understand enough that I need to know more about is the impact that the university and universities in general have on the fossil fuel industry. I know Virginia Tech has about 150 million invested in fossil fuels, that there's been a movement to get them to divest. But I think that how the intersectionality between fossil fuel and higher education is something that I want to get to know more about. And here is my beautiful map again. I'll shoot you an email with a picture too, but she's pretty.